Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Now, in the last couple of months, UK universities have been facing lots of crises in terms of finances and the massive reduction in the number of immigrants coming into the UK as international students to study, whether a BSc program or master's program. And this has affected so many universities. I mean, even on the news, there are so many universities who are beginning to lay off staff and finding a way to reduce their cost because international students are no longer coming into UK universities as they used to. Now, amidst all of this situation, all of these issues facing, universities in the United Kingdom, the truth now is that many international students who are unable to get, a graduate job within 2 years upon completion of their program may be forced to leave the United Kingdom. Now, this is not a news. This is not a new thing anymore. Personally, I've seen so many immigrants who came into the UK on a study program who had to leave the United Kingdom because their visa expired and they were able to get a job that would provide them the skilled worker visa sponsorship, and they had to leave. Some of them even got a graduate job. However, the graduate job they got was not providing sponsorship, so they had to leave. And this is becoming a trend. And this video is definitely for someone who is currently in the UK on a student or post-study work visa, or someone who is planning to come into the UK on a student visa. You sure do want to watch this video to the end, just to help you make a better informed decision. As much as I've seen people who have come to the UK on a student program and had to leave when their visa expired, I also had so many people who came into the UK on a student visa and were able to get a skilled worker visa sponsorship for the job they love. Not people who just went into a different job role because that was the only option. People who got a job they actually did want, and they got sponsorship along the line. So if you're in that situation, you want to sure stick to this video to the end. And if you're coming across this channel for the first time, I share everything UK immigration, transition into tech, and UK lifestyle vlog basically. So you probably want to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family, and my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. One of the major news going around is the plan that the government is planning to put in certain proposed measures to further force, international students or immigrants who are unable to get graduate job to leave the United Kingdom. Now, this is becoming real. This is becoming scary, and it's important for us to have the right information in order to help us make a better informed decision on the way forward. Now, if you go on the news, it says that international students who do not secure graduate jobs within 2 years of finishing university could face deportation. So I think the word deportation is used to make the whole scenario look more scary than it actually is. The truth is your visa is going to expire, and if you don't want to become an illegal immigrant, just leave. So the word deportation is becoming a little bit scary. Anyway, now the government's upcoming immigration white paper is expected to set out proposals to force overseas students to leave the UK unless they get a graduate level position in a bid to tackle the nation's rising migrant numbers. I mean, the government's plan to reduce immigrants in the UK is not a news. I mean, there are so many proposed measures that have been put in place in the last year that the goal basically is to reduce the number of net migration. However, the plan to then propose a measure that says if you are an international student who graduated from any of the UK universities and you're unable to get a graduate level job, you might be required to leave the country as soon as your post-study work visa expires. And that's going to be the height of it. So it means that many international students need to not just focus on getting good grades, they also need to start making plans and putting a lot of things into motion to landing themselves a professional job towards the end of their program or while they are on the post-study work visa. Now, according to graduates, although graduates can stay in the country without a job for up to 2 years after completing their studies, that's during the period they are on the post-study work visa, they are likely to face tighter rules as minister aim to reduce net migration by limiting visa options. According to the Times, careers where salaries plateau after several years are being targeted. Brian Bell, the chairman of the Migration Advisory Committee, Mark, previously suggested that the graduate salary level ranges between 36,000 to 40,000 annually, but government sources reportedly denied the bar would be set that high. So now the major challenge now is that so many international students, of course, wants to get a job, but it's becoming a little bit challenging for them to actually get a job. And the whole idea of the minister trying to limit visa option, I think that's happened already. If you're a single person, I think most people who finish their master's program in the UK oftentimes kneel towards the health and care visa, But that has become impossible because so many people who are on the student visa have got families, and the health and care visa doesn't allow them to get on get a family on that same visa if it's within the occupation code 6135, 6136. So the visa options for international students has drastically reduced. So it's either you're a single person, you get on the health and care visa, or you're a married person, you have to get a skilled worker visa that would sponsor you and, of course, your dependent. So the visa option is obviously limited already. Now, the major challenge now is that most people are now beginning to get jobs. I mean, about people who have gotten jobs in the last month, the last couple of months, and the major challenge some of them are facing is the visa sponsorship part. And because of the new salary threshold requirements, I mean, it's becoming a little bit more challenging for people to land themselves professional job that would sponsor. Now, the issue now is most people are even getting jobs now, but they're just finding it difficult to get a job that will sponsor. Most employers are not willing to go through the hassle of sponsorship. Some of them that have, they have the capability to sponsor, they don't want to open their books up to the home office and they choose not to get the license to sponsor. So this has really made it a little difficult for immigrants looking for visa sponsorship role here in the UK. Now, responding to the report, Universities and College Unions General Secretary Joe Grady on the 25th of February said this threat to further restrict international students' ability to live and work in the UK when higher education is already on its knees is bad for the sector, bad for the economy, and bad for our standing in the world. Higher education is still one of Britain's last world leading sector, and after years of fluid decline, Labour should be doing all it can to protect the sector, not engage in this act of sabotage. I mean, the UK university, the university sector is facing a lot of crisis at the moment. I know University of Sunderland, released an article a couple of days ago stating that, so many academic staff will be losing their job because of the financial crisis the university is facing. So many other universities in England also, came out to say, oh, they are struggling, they are not getting enough, financial support from the government, and international students applications are reduced drastically, and this is obviously emerging and destroying the universities basically, and so many people are actually losing their job alongside, and this is because of the policy implemented by the Conservative Party back in 2024. So many universities are struggling. So more plans to make it difficult for international students to get their skilled worker visa or get on the path towards a permanent residency is definitely going to reduce the number of people coming to the UK to study. And this is my own personal opinion for those who are looking at coming to the UK to study. Please, if you have a better option, don't do it because it's really, really challenging getting a sponsored role when you finish your program. I know so many people who are currently on the postgraduate visa a few months to the end of your program and they are stuck. They have no idea how to get that professional job that they've always wanted. They have no idea on even getting any job at all that will potentially sponsor their visa. Now, we need bold leadership for the UK's higher education sector to thrive in a globally competitive environment. This means abandoning the previous government's hostile environment policies, which threaten our ability to attract and retain international staff and students. Net migration reached an unprecedented 728,000 in the year leading to June, primarily due to rise in non-EU citizens. Ministers aim to reduce these figures to pre-pandemic level, targeting between 200,000 to 300,000. So almost 500,000 people would definitely be forced to go back to their home country. Now, a Home Office spokesperson said our upcoming immigration white paper will set out a comprehensive plan to restore order to our broken immigration system, linking immigration skills and visa system to grow our domestic workforce, end reliance on overseas labor, and boost economic growth. We are not getting into a running commentary on what will be contained in the white paper. So this whole white paper idea basically is to find a way to reduce the country's over reliance on international staff, international students to help run the economy, which I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll just see how it works. But basically, the whole idea is immigration is going to be reducing drastically. And one of the easiest ways to achieve that is if you finish your master's program, get on the postdoc visa, and you're able to get a graduate job, you come back to your home country, which makes it very scary because so many people are currently on the postdoc visa and they are faced with this fear And I think it doesn't really help someone looking for a job and at the back of your mind, you have to feel that, oh, if I don't get this job, I have to leave the country. I know, sometimes those fear can be a source of, should I say, a boost for you to be serious about applying for jobs and be dedicated to it. But at the same time, it can actually be distracting, along the way. But anyway, that's the current situation around UK immigration, visas, and policies. And honestly, there's so many ways to go around this. I've shared a couple of videos in the past on how to build the right technical skills to getting yourself the job that would potentially give you the ability to get sponsored. And you can probably check up my previous videos to learn more about this. And if you want to jump in a one-to-one session, you're clueless on what to do, you're on this level, you're going to try to get this level, and you're clueless on what to do in between, you probably want to jump in my one-to-one session. Click on the link in the description of this video. And also, if you're going for interviews and you're struggling to land the job offers, you sure don't want to jump on my interview prep. There's also the link somewhere in the description of this video. I hope you find this video informative. If you do, click on the like button. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, do want to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you. So this will be the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.